I'm Dr. Sucheta Priabadini. I'm Director Student Counseling, it's Student Welfare from KIIT University. I just want to tell one line about KIIT University. It has 27,000 with 50 plus academic programs that is called KIIT at the eastern coastal part of India. And we also have KISS, Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences. It's a sister concern of KIIT. And we give free boarding, lodging, everything, education to again 27,000 underprivileged students. So now we have 54,000 plus students in our KIIT and KISS. So I belong to that university. And I'm really honored to be here on 23rd International Joint World Cultural Tourism Conference in collaboration with Nithm. At the outset, I would like to state that I don't belong to tourism industry, nor am I a student of tourism and hospitality. Unlike you bright boys and girls from Nithm, I have been watching you right since morning. You are so polite and true to your education. So a big clap for all of you. And you are the brand ambassadors, future brand ambassadors of India's tourism, hospitality, and culture. So thank you for being here. And thanks to all the speakers here. Now, I like traveling. Rather, I say I love traveling. And my preoccupation has enabled me to travel to most part of India and also most part of the world. So that's how I am a tourist. So from tourist point of view and from a local resident point of view, I will tell you about my experiences. This is based on my experiences only. And I would like to speak on event tourism. Event tourism, nowadays is the in thing now. Event and tourism or event tourism, which as I told you, I travel a lot, so I had an experience of or as a tourist. So my topic is perception, expectation, and response of local resident towards event tourism. And it is known for the people, they love hockey. And recently, we were proud to host 14th Men's World Hockey from 28 November to 16th December. Recently, we organized that. And 16 countries, they participated, lot many people, around 10,000 tourists, they came, they visited the state, the Bhubaneswar and the state. And they travel to lot many places inside Bhubaneswar and outside Bhubaneswar, like Chilka, Puri, and Konark. And there, the Anzac Day, I had got an opportunity. I got a fellowship from Government of Australia, Endeavour Fellowship, to pursue my postdoctoral research at Monash University, Melbourne. That's how I could know their national event, and they celebrate it in a big way, Anzac Day. Anzac Day, they celebrate on 25th April every year. And it is a remembrance in Australia and New Zealand that broadly commemorates all Australians and New Zealanders who served and died in all wars, conflicts, and peacekeeping operations, Anzac Day. And the contribution and suffering of all those who had served that Gallipoli campaign. It is the first engagement for the First World War, that Gallipoli campaign. So that Anzac Day. And they love their country like anything. And they celebrate with all the veterans, those who served during war, their descendants. They'll march from Shrine of Remembrance. One temple kind of a thing is there. And from there, they'll march the whole city with vintage cars, with uniforms, uniform, those service people. And it's really, really amazing to watch them with uniforms and those procession. And that one is, I had again the opportunity to visit Beijing during Olympics from 8th to 24th August 2008. And their logo was Dancing Beijing, that's Zing they call. And the mascot, the 5-doll mascot, Fua, is the good luck. It's working? Thank you. And can you believe it attracted 4.7 billion people outside the world, people from the world, and gaining entry in the Guinness Book of World Record as the largest TV audience for an event, Beijing Olympics 2008. And there you can see the Bird's Nest Stadium. And this is the hockey stadium at Bhubaneswar. Recently, that has been organized, 14th Men's World Cup Hockey. So these two are international events, and one is a national event. Anzac is a national event of Australia, and these two are international events. So how tourism is connected with events? That's what I'm going to tell you. And that's the mascot of hockey, Olive Ridley. That Oli is there. Yes. By organizing event, what do the local people, they perceive the event, and as a tourist, what do they perceive? So they perceive that one is connection, second is recognition, then third is development of ecosystem. So I was going through some of the article of some of the researchers. I found this sentence, this is really good, appropriate. The creation and promotion of mega events have become a critical component of urban development strategy across the globe. Yes, nowadays it's a strategy. It's called destination branding. And also we have connection in soft power connection, what do they call as? And one researcher, he has mentioned, any tourist perceive a place as the sum of belief, ideas, and impressions that a person has about the place. Like considering Odisha, it's a developing state. And the outside people, outside Odisha people, they perceive as Odisha as poor and underdeveloped state. But hosting mega event like World Cup Hockey has quick and potential solution to enhance the city's image. What the local people like us, we perceive it as to showcase our state, showcase our city as a well-deserved destination for the tourist. So that's how it is connected. And the government of Odisha, they did a marvelous thing by out-of-home campaign, OOH, they used to tell, in London, Sydney, Kuala Lumpur. You can see in the buses, they advertise, so that the people outside India, they could know about Bhubaneswar, they could know about where Odisha is, so that we can attract more and more number of tourists to our place. And that's what the Chinese people did. They installed some of these big TVs at that time, 2008, 1,000 days before. They installed those mascots, those 5 dolls mascots, and they used to propagate their Beijing Olympics. It's the mega event, Beijing Olympics. So that's how we are connected with the people, we get recognition, and about ecosystem, I'll tell you. Yes, connected. When I was there, so I get connected with some of the players, and like the local resident also, the Chinese people, they get connected with so many players. And we used to go in a bus just to have a feel with the players. And we used to go by the local buses. They have so many buses, so many these terminals were there, so many those high-speed trains. So we connect with the local people. We could know how the local people are, and they also know how the tourists are and how to behave with the tourists. Then how the Chinese people they did during Olympics. The China Education Ministry and Chinese Olympic Committee, they launched a joint Olympic education program for 400 million children, and they integrate the Olympic education in the existing curriculum. So how the event, how it is correlated with them, and in 1 lakh schools, they did this campaign. I mean, they integrated the system about so that the children could learn about Olympic values, the history of Olympic games, Olympic sports, and the Olympic movement's contribution to the international peace and friendship. I didn't know about Anzac Day that day when I heard some noises from my window at studio apartment at Flinders Street, at the heart of the city. So I thought, what's happening outside? So I peeped through my window and I saw so many people. They are going on a procession with very old people, those veterans, and I really like the people. They take pride of their country, and we should learn from them that we also should take pride of our country, what we have, the treasure we have. And I also had the opportunity to have friendship with those Navy people, women Navy, and we had breakfast there nearby, and that's how they are still connected with me. So wherever you go, you get connected with the local people through these events. Now the middle person is the KIIT students, KIIT students, those underprivileged students, and they are very good at games. And they had opportunity to play with Holland players in our KIIT stadium, hockey stadium. So that's how, if you can perceive in that way, in a way, if you organize a mega event, you get really connected with people. It's two ways, the local and the tourist. Yes, recognition. As I told you, we got recognized where this Bhubaneswar city is. You cannot believe, a few days back, when I was talking to a professor from Alaska Anchorage, University of Alaska Anchorage, USA, and he didn't know about where this Bhubaneswar is, where Odisha is, So when I told him I'm from Bhubaneswar, he could recognize, oh, recently they organized this hockey, World Cup hockey. So that's how you get recognition. And also Beijing, the local resident, when I was there, I was talking to some of the local residents there, the professors. Their dream, their century-old dream, that their achievements and progress to be universally recognized. All of us, we dream that, yes, our event or our place should be recognized across the world. And the Olympic is not only a soft power opportunity for the host country, for everybody. And it's a win-win situation for the host country and for other countries as well, and for the people. That's the old people, they are moving in that vintage car on Anzac Day. And this is the mascot, 5 dolls mascot, Fua. Yes, development of ecosystem. As you know, Beijing is known as very polluted place. But during Olympics, they did a marvelous thing, and they lowered down the pollution, this thing, and it has become Green Olympics, and all other countries, they are following them for this Green Olympics. Talking about Bhubaneswar, the whole city was spick and span. Earlier it was not there. So we feel so happy that our roads are so clean, and many of us didn't know about some of the temples of 6th century, 10th century, 11th century BC, and they developed some heritage work they did, and I also went with some of the tourists to see these temples, which as a citizen, being a citizen, I didn't know about this treasure of Bhubaneswar. So when you organize a mega event, so you do these things so that the local people also, they know about their place properly, and the tourists also, they know about the place. Now paintings also, if you have seen in the TV, in the channels, so many paintings depicting hockey on the walls of the city, the whole city. And it was looking so colorful. It is still there. That is the ecosystem. So all these, they have developed, and it is still there, and it will be there. And that's the artwork some of the foreigners, they have done, this temple. So this is the temple replica. I mean, it's just a symbolic one. And all over the city, some of the artists from outside the country, they have done with the local people. And this is the Anzac Day, this thing. And the whole city, it's a clean city, but still, they decorated it in such a way, and the trams also, they were clean and they were decorated. So you feel like, I mean, something is happening, and it will continue. And it continued for so many years. Yes. What do the people, they expect? Can you tell me what do the people they expect by organizing an event, mega event like this? Rise in income. Isn't it? Rise in income. And all the people in Bhubaneswar, they get some income by cleaning, by doing this cleaning campaign. Then they have introduced a new luxury bus, more bus, then bicycle and Wi-Fi system. So many things they did. So the local people, they got an opportunity to have some income. The local vendors, the hotels, the people, they came from outside Odisha to do some business during that time. And they had an expectation of positive economic, social and cultural impact of tourism, as mentioned by Professor Surfin, who was supposed to come, I think. On his topic was the University of Winchester from UK, local residents' expression of dissatisfaction with tourism and events. That was his topic, but he couldn't come, I think. So when I was going through his this thing, yes, dissatisfaction is there. That I'll tell you. You can see they have done some artwork through waste materials. The middle portion is the waste from waste material, and so many these artworks were there. They have installed in the whole city. And in Beijing, they had those souvenir shops where they used to sell these things. In any event, we have these souvenir shops, and we have some related shops will be there always. That's the Anzac Day. The photographers, they get opportunity and they get income through that. And some of the school students also, they get some money by playing music in the city. Yes, business, as I told you, many Chinese coaches in Beijing after Olympics, they get connected with so many coaches outside Beijing. So that's how the business they have. And China is now the largest profitable emerging market for international arts, culture, sports, and other soft commodities. And by using Olympic opportunity, thousands of foreign companies, they have consolidated in Beijing, like also in Bhubaneswar. So many foreign companies, they have come, and they have arranged startup conclave during the event. And there, so many these companies, they got opportunity to put their stalls in their Beijing, that village, Olympic village, Olympiad. So many, there's McDonald's, everything, and the local vendors, local hoteliers also, they put their stalls there. And these are the paintings. It has been done in the walls of Bhubaneswar. The artist also, they get some business. And that's the motorcycle. You'll have to pay some 10 rupees or so, and you can get those cycles. Oh. Oh, it's not moving, okay. Now recreation. With the World Cup, we had so many festivals. International food festival where 16 countries, 5 continent people, they had this world-class cuisine with the local lip-smacking cuisine from Odisha. So it's an integration of culture through these events, small events. Not only one event, so many events, it is interlinked with the mega event. And the sand artists, the hotels, all are jam-packed with the tourists because of the event. Yes. Jobs. The volunteers who all are there during the event, they are paid. The hotels, it's jam-packed. Food joints and street vendors, in all the events. Whenever you do any mega events, they get the business. Right from the street vendors to the big hotels. And the guide, they also get money out of these mega events. Yes, warmth of the people. Then flip side, as I told you, dissatisfaction. Then services. you can see that girl there. She is Rebecca. And while I was gallivanting in the street, Flinders Street, and I saw these two horses, black horses. It's so beautiful. And I was just staring at those horses, and the horse cart, owner, this Rebecca, she looked at me and she told me, can we have a picture with an Indian? You don't have to ride. You don't have to ride. I'll just take a picture with you. That's Rebecca. And also one incident I just want to tell you. In the Melbourne, early in the morning, I was taking a tram, and the tram is operated by a driver and conductor one only. And the tickets, it is generated by a machine. You insert the coin and the ticket you will get. So when I was going in the early morning, I inserted the coin and I couldn't get the ticket. And I told the driver, could you please do it for me? Then he did it for me. He also inserted the coin, but I don't know what happened. The machine was not working. Then he said, it's a good luck, lady. He didn't take money from me. I said, you should take money from me? No. He said, we don't have that kind of system. So that kind of warmth and honesty of an employee, and which is very essential in dealing with tourists. So when you give warmth to the tourists, then more number of people will come, which I couldn't find in China and also in our country. Because of language barrier. Because of language barrier, we have that problem that we cannot speak in English, the local people, to the tourist. And when they don't understand, they will speak in a different way, in a rude manner. That also is there in China. Communication issues, guide, then street vendor. If you ask some about something, they will say something. So that's the barrier, that's the flip side, that's the dissatisfaction the tourists they get. And takeaways and challenges. These are the support system, entertainment, health information, when the tourists they get from the local resident. And last one is the takeaways and challenges. This is very important. That has been the oldest temple. It's the 6th century BC temple, and they have given a facelift to that temple so that all of us, the tourists, they could know about these temples of Bhubaneswar. And this was when I was there in Beijing, and now you can see the picture of that stadium, that one. And also Bird's Nest Stadium. Now they have been organizing some of the sports event, but this is the challenge, we have to take care of that. And yes, this one, earlier, this Bindu Sagar in Bhubaneswar, but now they have cleaned up and now it is looking like that, but who knows, after some time, it will be like this again, if we don't take care. So sustainability is very, very important nowadays for any tourist or for any event to do that. And to leverage maximum benefit from the world-class event, it is desirable that we do co-branding with tourism. We should do co-branding with tourism so that both can gain and the society can gain, isn't it? The tourism children, do you agree with me that event is related with tourism? So, as a citizen of India, we should do some destination branding and also event tourism. We should focus on these things, event tourism, so that more and more number of tourists will come. So thank you very much for your patient hearing. It's already time. Thank you.